C.2, background information for MySQL. Now, we need to understand a little more about MySQL. For Apache server, relatively easy. So we only need to bring up a web browser, then type some URL, then get to the PHP myadmin, then that's it. That's all we need to do with Apache HTTP web server. But for MySQL, we need to do a lot of things. So for the remaining of this class, I want to spend on the MySQL part. First, we need to learn a little more background information for MySQL. Then, the next video, I'd like to do some basic hands-on operations. So we, do some simple hands-on operations in MySQL. All right, so let's start with the background information. First, so let us look at a graphical user interface for MySQL. Because that is very important. When we work with MySQL database server, how do we manage MySQL databases? We need some user-friendly graphical user interface. Some special tool so that we can work there, to manage MySQL databases. Unfortunately, MySQL itself, it does not provide GUI user interface, graphical user interface. Okay, all right, so the first thing we need to know, so MySQL does not have any graphical user interface GUI tool. Right? So not very convenient. It has a command line tool. Command line. So there is a command line interface. Right? But most of the people, not all, some people may like the command line way, but 90-something%, I feel they like the GUI way. Command line, you need to bring up a command window first. In Windows machine, you just start a command window, that black window. In Mac, you need to start a terminal, right? Unix, the terminal environment, right? Then you need to type all the command there. So you need to memorize many commands. Other than that, you think about if you have a large number of SQL commands, do you want to type one by one? So that is not very convenient. But with GUI tool, then we can manage large, long SQL command file easily. No manual typing. We can do copy paste. We can do import export. So convenient. So, all right. So that's the first thing I like to point out. The second thing, then for this class, recommended GUI tool for this class recommended, but you have option to choose other tools. All right. So our GUI tool for this class, PHP myadmin. All right, so this is the tool name. Okay, yeah. In the next video, I will show you how to use this tool. Basic operations. This one, I just give you background information. Yeah. All right. So this is a recommended tool, but you have option to choose some other GUI tools. Yeah. Because there are some tools that can be added into the IDE. Yeah. So there are some database GUI tools you can add through plugins in your IDEs. Yeah, many students use that way. So if you like to use that way, that's your choice. Okay? So the bottom line, you can do all the basic operations in that tool and to manage MySQL databases. Yeah. All right. So that is the second one. Yeah. So then, other than that, what do we do? All right. 3. Basic operations. In MySQL. Okay, yeah, basic operations. Yeah. So here I just use PHP MyAdmin as example. Yeah, so as our working environment. So for students using different GUI tools, most likely you have the similar operations. Yeah, so you can figure out easily. Yeah. All right. So the basic operations. Yeah. So what do we need to do? Yeah. Here. Now, first thing, we need to create a database. Right? We need to create a database first. All right. Yeah. Second, after we create a database, we need to select a database. Why select database? Yeah. Because usually in your database working environment, there are a large number of databases. If you do not select a specific database, then MySQL does not know which database you want to work on, right? Yeah. So here, there is a small step. Don't forget this step. All right. Yeah. But in our GUI tool, you just click the database name. Yeah. Only you need to do one click. So you can get that database selected. Yeah. All right. After that, we need to run SQL commands. All right, SQL commands. Yeah, we need to populate the database. We need to create tables and data. Yeah. All right, so create tables and data in the database. Okay? Define tables, create tables and data in the database. All right? Yeah. And there are basically 2 different ways to do it. Yeah. The first way, run SQL statements by copy and paste. Copy and paste. Okay, so that's one commonly used way to do it. Copy paste. All right. Then another. Yeah. So here we talk about number 3. Yeah. Another way import the database. Directly, okay? Yeah. So there is an import tab. You click it. So then you navigate to find your database script. Then you upload it, just like you upload a file. Then the tool will run all the commands inside your MySQL database script, script file. Yeah, there is a database script file. Yeah, run that script file automatically. Yeah, so that's another way. So usually this method is commonly used for big database script. Very big database script. Yeah. Because for very big database script, it is not very convenient to do copy paste, right? Because your buffer may not have that large size to hold everything in that big database. So in that situation, we can use the import way. Usually for relatively small database script, then so we may like to use the copy paste way. Yeah. All right. Another thing we may like to do, export the database. All right. Sometimes we need to export the databases. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Because the database, so you have all the data, all the tables managed inside that GUI tool. But sometimes we need to move, or we need to copy that database to a different machine, right? Yeah. For this class, you may need to send your database to me. So how do you send your database to me, right? So you need to do the export operation. Yeah. So here I talk about export operation. Yeah. So there is an export button, but tab. Tab. You click the tab, then so there are some options you can select. Which way. Many different ways. Yeah. So that's the export operation. Yeah. All right. So then, delete operation. Yeah. So very easy. Delete operation. Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much the basic operations we need to do for this class. Yeah. All right, so let me stop here, and in the next video, I like to prepare some simple examples. Yeah, so we can get some hands-on experience using these basic operations. Yeah. So all right, so that's the